In last videos, we have discussed the different steps of cellular respiration. Those steps were glycolysis, Krebs cycles, ETC, sorry, electron transport chain, and the oxidative phosphorylation. So first we are going to start the process glycolysis. As we discussed yesterday, the glycolysis is the process in which glucose break down into two pyruvic acid. The one glucose molecule give rise to two molecule of pyruvic acid. Pyruvic acid we are writing Pa. It means the glucose is 6 carbon and the pyruvic acid is 3 carbon compound. That's why the two molecules are formed. It is the multi-step process. The multi-step process means the 10 steps. In 10 steps it completes. And the first 5 steps. The first 5 steps 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. This one. These are energy consuming, energy investment. So first to 5 steps the energy investment is there. And the 6 to 10 the energy is released. So that we discuss layer or pay of energy. 6 to 10 steps the energy pay of energy release. That we discuss the number of ADP, the release amount of ATP after the description of the glycolysis. So first the glucose molecule, as we discussed already, the glycolysis, this process occurs in the cytoplasm. It is the anaerobic process without involvement of oxygen. It is a common process occur in aerobic as well as in anaerobic respiration. So the first the glucose converted into glucose 6-phosphate. From where the phosphate has come? It has come from the ATP. It has come from the ATP. ATP converted into adenosine diphosphate and 1 phosphate released from the ATP that has added to the glucose. So glucose 6-phosphate is formed. In the second process, it is the isomer. It is also the monosaccharide. So the no compound, other compound formation is there. Only the isomerization is there. So glucose 6-phosphate converted into fructose 6-phosphate. And the 1 phosphate again we needed the ATP converted into ADP. ATP converted into ADP, 1 phosphate again release that combined with fructose. So the fructose 1,6. 6 is already there. The 1 phosphate also released from the ATP and that fructose 1,6 by this phosphate is formed. So glucose, this product and up to here all compounds are of 6 carbon. Now the fructose 1,6 bisphosphate split or broken down into 2 compounds. These compounds are dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Dihydroxyacetone phosphate we also call DHAP and the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate or the 3-phosphoglyceric acid is there. Both compounds are 3 carbon. Means the 6 fructose 6 carbon compound broken down into two compounds, both are 3 carbon, and both can interchange with one to another. If this is the reversible reaction, the DHAP and glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate can interconvert to each other. Now the glyceraldehyde convert into 1,3-biphosphoglycerate. It is converted DAP into NAD converted into NADH. When the glyceraldehyde converted into acid, it converted the hydrogen are released. That hydrogen are picked up by NAD. So NAD converted into NADH2, and the 1,3-bisphosphate, the 1 phosphate here, again the 2 phosphate are there. From where they have come? They have come from the inorganic phosphate. Inorganic phosphate, it has not come from the ATP. It has come from the phosphoric acid that is found in the cytoplasm. So keep this point in mind. The phosphate has neither come from the ATP nor from any other energy rich compound. It has come from the inorganic phosphate from the phosphoric acid. And again the 1,3-biphosphoglycerate is formed. And the 1,3-biphosphoglycerate is converted into 3-phosphoglycerate. The one is lost. One phosphate is lost. Who has picked it? The ATP. The ADP converted into ATP by taking the 1 phosphate that is released from the 1,3-biphosphoglycerate. And the 3-phosphoglycerate again converted into 2-phosphoglycerate. No new compound is formed. Only the position of phosphate is changed. So 3-phosphoglycerate changed into 2-phosphoglycerate. Then again it converted into phosphoenol pyruvate, or we call it PEP. And again the phosphate is released. That phosphate is picked up by ATP, and the ADP converted into ATP. And the PEP, phosphoenol pyruvate, finally converted into pyruvic acid. It means the one pyruvic acid is formed, the one another compound is there, and it converted into it, and the another reactions going on, and finally one more pyruvic acid is formed. It means the 2-3 carbon compounds are there, they are interchangeable. The one glyceraldehyde from the one pyruvic acid, the another converted into this one, and the another reactions going on, and finally 2 pyruvic acid we get. So these are the different steps of the glycolysis that occur in cytoplasm. That is an anaerobic process, combinedly occur in aerobic respiration as well as in anaerobic respiration. As we already discussed the definition of glycolysis and about the glycolysis, 1 to 5 steps. 1 to 5 steps are energy consuming steps, and the 6 to 10. The steps number 6 to 10 are energy giving steps. 6 to 10, 1 ATP releasing here, 1 ATP is releasing here. So now we calculate the total amount of ATP, the fate of energy released during the glycolysis, the number of total ATP in the glycolysis. The 1, 2, the dihydroxyacetone converted into this and again the 1 pyruvic acid is formed. So total sum of what we get it after the glycolysis, number 1, 2 pyruvic acid. The 1 glyceraldehyde converted into pyruvic acid and the DHAP converted it into this one, and the same reactions going on, and the 1 pyruvic acid is also formed. So total 2 pyruvic acid are formed from glycolysis. 1, 2. 1 ATP here, 1 ATP here, and the 2 pyruvic acid, yani these reactions are going on twice. So total 4 ATP. Total 4 ATP we get it. But the 2 ATP are consumed. So total ATP are consumed means if we minus the 2 ATP we get only 2 pyruvic acid we form, 2 ATP because the 2 are consumed. So total gain is only 2 ATP. And what another we get it? 1 NADH2. 1 NADH2. 1 NADH2 provide 3 molecule or 3 ATP molecule. So 2 NADH, 1 for here and the another for the another reaction. So total 2 ATP means that 6 ATP we get it from the NADH2. But the difference between this and this ATP energy currency. This is the energy currency. Energy currency we get directly energy from the ATP. But from the NADH2 it is like a cash check. It is like a cash. It is like a energy currency. We directly gain the energy. But from NADH2 it is like a check that not provide the direct energy. It provides the energy in the last step, that is oxidative phosphorylation. So total amount of energy 2 and 6, 8 ATP we get in the glycolysis. It is clear? 2 are energy, 2 ATP are consumed, so we deduct the 2 and the only we get it. Total gross are 4 but 2 are consumed, so total 2 ATP are we get it. And the 2 NADH2, that is 1 NADH2 provide the 3 ATP, so 2 NADH2 provide the 3 ATP, and it is like we have to encash it to get the ATP. And the total amount of ATP are 8 ATP in the glycolysis. The energy, glucose first. First we discuss the glucose converted into glucose 6-phosphate, fructose 6-phosphate and fructose 1,6-bisphosphate. This process is not involved in the Krebs cycle. In these processes, the energy are consuming. We also discuss about it. So 1 to 5 steps are energy consuming. So these are called energy consuming steps. Next, the energy is using. So these steps are actually the activation or preparatory or investment phase. These steps are energy consuming. Activation of glucose is going on by absorbing of energy. This is the preparation for the Krebs cycle. This is the investment phase because the energy are involved. And the 2 ATP are consumed. So this is called investment phase. The 1, 3 and the 10th step. First, third and 10th steps are irreversible. Steps, and others are reversible steps. And the energy ATP release one here, one here, one here, one this one. So the total we gain it 2 NADH2 and 2 ATP from the glycolysis. So now we discuss the next steps of the respiration, cellular respiration, that is Krebs cycle.